Moin meine Lieben und schön, dass ihr reinschaut auf meinem Kanal. Ich bin es, euer Jordan. Heute Path of Exiles, die neue League. Ich drehe durch. Wir werden das größte Giveaway aller Zeiten bei mir auf dem Kanal machen, egal wo ihr spielt. Blizzard-Guthaben ist natürlich auch mit dabei. Diablo will natürlich mithalten, kann es aber nicht. Wir werden reingehen aus eigener Tasche. Lass uns gar nicht lange sabbeln. Wir sind im Livestream. Die Reaction erstmal zum Trailer werden wir hier einfangen. Ungefiltert. Und dann wird es noch ein Video geben, nochmal mit noch mehr Informationen, wenn ich mehr weiß, ne? Und mir die anderen Streamer angeguckt habe. Nee, natürlich nicht, wir gehen rein.
Ihr kennt meinen Wert. Hier wird nämlich Daddy. Wir zusammen sind heavy.
Lange Rede, kurzer Sinn, noch 53 Sekunden. Ihr seht es schon, hier bleibt da auf jeden Fall mit einem Abo und ein Like dabei, wenn ihr auch nichts verpassen wollt. Ey, ich bin mega hype, ich habe richtig Bock. Ich bin gespannt, was mich erwartet. Es gibt natürlich jetzt auch Drops. Ich glaube, das sind diese Druidenfüße mit diesen Spuren, die man da hinterlassen kann. 84.000 Leute gucken sich das gerade an. Und ja, ey, ich gehe in diesen Trailer rein. Boah, ohne Stoppen. Ihr seht es zuerst, ich sehe es zuerst. Ich kann es nicht filtern. Ich lasse durchlaufen. Und dann geht es natürlich nochmal weiter mit den Infos und den anderen Kram. Sodass wir hier so ein kurzes Ding haben. Und dann nochmal so ein ausführliches Analysevideo und damit meine ich keine Darmspiegelung. So, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Wir gehen rein. Ich hab Bock. Euer Jordan, let's go. Wir quatschen nicht so viel.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Jonathan Rogers,
Hallo.
Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal for what's coming next for Path of Exile 2.
Ja, zeig mal her hier.
Twitch drops are enabled on
Da.
today's live stream,
Die gibt
so
es.
you'll be able to claim your Verdant Wilds dodge roll effect by following the instructions below. Now today it's finally time to show off a new class that we know everyone in the community's been waiting for. So let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2,
Zeig
the
mir
last
den
of the
Druiden.
Druids.
Warum ist denn der nackt? Der ist kalt, oder? Ziemlich.
Well, well. What have we got here then?
Wen haben wir denn da?
You lost, fella?
Hey, we're talking to you.
Sag mal. Hallo.
I asked you a question.
Oh. Okay. Sie rufen in ihn die Bestie hervor.
What's wrong with him?
Naja, wart ab.
Ah, he's lost his bloody mind.
Oh, Bär. Zaubern mit Dings und in den Modus. Ja, Werwolf. Oh, Werwolf. Ja, Mann, da sehe ich mich. Geil, Digga. Oh mein Gott. Oh ja. Das wird meine Klasse. Da sehe ich mich. Mit so Stürmen und so. Oh mein Gott. Was? 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 Als Drache? Fickt mich hart, Digga. Bro! Was? Oh mein Gott! Digga, was?
I will find you, Eve.
What the fuck?
Now, as you can see, the Druid is a shape-shifting elemental spellcaster. After his fellow Druids were destroyed by the King in the Mists, the Druid lost his humanity in the forests of Ogham, where he wandered for years as a beast. Now, finally reawakened, he's determined to find his lost wife and regain his humanity. The Druid has been one of the hardest classes for us to design. As well as having human spells, he has 3 animal forms, and we wanted to make sure that there were interesting combos between all of them.
Oh mein
The
Gott.
Druid is our first hybrid strength and
Moin,
intelligence
Vince.
class.
Ich dreh
That
durch.
means he needs to have the ability
Was
to
geht?
use spells and attacks.
Wollen wir gerade drüber
As
reden,
a
dass gerade
human, the
kommen bei
Druid
dem
typically
Trailer?
uses magical staves to
Ja.
harness the powers of the earth and the natural world.
Ich mach gerade ein Video, aber ich bin auch gerade. Ich
One
habe
of
einen
the
angenehmen
first skills you will
Halbsteifen.
learn
Ja.
is the ability to create small volcanoes from the earth.
Geisteskrank.
This skill spits out balls of magma at your enemies, and will continue to do so for some time. While the volcano is active, turn into an animal and wade into melee range. Many of the skills you use as a human last for a significant period of time, giving you a good chance to turn into an animal and rage out. But how do you turn into an animal, you may ask? Well, the answer is a new weapon type that druids use, animal talismans. When you equip an animal talisman, you can choose which animal form you would like the talisman to represent.
Okay.
Depending on what you choose, you'll be given that animal's basic attack as a new skill to equip. For a bear, that's maul. To turn into a bear, simply use the skill. Your character will instantly transform into a bear and attack. If you want to change back to a human, just cast a spell. You will instantly swap back and cast it.
Geil,
We wanted to make sure that swapping between forms was seamless and immediate. Changing forms should be something that you do without even thinking about it all the time in battle. In order to allow for hybrid melee and caster gameplay, most of the skills you use in your human form last for some time and aid your animal skills in some way. The volcano we used earlier will emit more molten balls whenever you hit it with a slam, making it perfect for use with your bear form's furious slam. While in bear form, many of your abilities use rage. There are a lot of ways to generate rage, but the easiest one is simply smash your enemies with maul. Once you see the runes on your back glowing, it means you have enough rage to do a much more devastating version of your furious slam. Your bear form can also go on a rampage, stomping the ground as you demolish your foes.
Geil.
The more rage you have, the longer the rampage lasts, and doing it over a volcano makes it even better. As you consume rage, your bear form will generate endurance charges, and these can be used with skills like Ferocious Roar. Ferocious Roar is a war cry that empowers your subsequent attacks to break your opponent's armor. The more endurance charges you have when you use it, the more empowered attacks you will gain. But Ferocious Roar has another special feature too. It's a meta gem that allows you to socket any Warcry gem from another class into it, giving you the ability to use these skills as a bear. Use the Warrior's Infernal Cry skill to make your enemies explode.
Ja, da kann man jetzt... Oh mein Gott, Digga. Was kann man da für Kombos machen?
Or use Seismic Cry to stun your enemies and double up the number of slams you do.
Geisteskrank. Heftig, Digga.
You can even use it with Ancestral Call, a skill that turns you into the fire god Khal. Ever wondered what the Karui god of war would look like if he was a bear? Well, wait no longer. Finally, build up enough rage and you can use one of the bear's ultimate abilities, Walking Calamity. This skill summons a storm of fire around you for some time, while generating even more rage to power your other abilities.
Digga!
A true bear-pocalypse.
Wie so ein wilder Gorilla,
Now, the
Alter.
bear is known for being a slower and more lumbering animal, with slower attacks and heavy slams. But what if you want to turn into something a little more nimble? Well, let's check out the second animal form for the druid, wolf form.
Da sehe ich mich eher.
For the wolf form, we wanted to go fast and furious. Even just the wolf's
Ja,
basic
Mann.
attack will leap
Geil.
forward and rake his foes. After attacking, the wolf stands up on two legs, but after running for a short time, he goes back on all fours, allowing to move more quickly between packs of enemies. The wolf has a lot of cold attacks based on his association with the moon, and the first of these is Lunar Assault. It's great for freezing your enemies in place. After they're frozen, use your basic rake attack to knock shards of ice off your enemies, which land on the ground nearby and explode. If you want to get into battle quickly, you can use your pounce attack. This skill leaps at a target and applies a mark to them. Killing the marked enemy will summon a wolf minion to your side, allowing them to fight with you. Mark and kill as many enemies as you can to build up a sizable pack. While an enemy is marked, your wolves will prioritize that target and do more damage the more wolves you have.
Noch
So make
mehr
sure you
Würfel?
keep your pack strong.
Oha, auf so Alpha mit
Now,
so einem
one problem you
Rudel.
might run into is your wolf pack dying in boss fights. You often don't have any enemies that you can mark and kill in order to regenerate your pack. To deal with this problem, you can use Cross Slash. Cross Slash jumps backwards and does a vicious double slash. Any marks on your target explode and triggers their abilities. This allows you to pounce to mark an enemy and then summon a wolf even without killing it. Cross Slash also has another feature though. Remember those ice fragments from before? Well, Cross Slash will propel any ice shards on the ground towards its central target. First, freeze your enemies with Lunar Assault. Then rake them to create as many
Oder
ice
was ist das
fragments
für
as
eine
you can.
Klasse, Digga?
Then follow up with Cross Slash to generate a field of icy explosions to obliterate your enemies. If they're still alive after that, your pack of wolves can finish them off.
crazy Scheiß, Digga.
Just like with the bear's raw skill earlier that allows you to use skills from other classes, Pounce is also a meta gem that you can socket mark skills from other classes into. So for example, you might want to try adding Freezing Mark from the Monk to Pounce. After pouncing at an enemy, cross slash to explode the mark and gain extra cold damage for a time. The Wolf has many other ways to go all in on cold though. Using the Arctic Howl Warcry will allow you to add cold damage and chilled ground to any slam, while buffing your pack of wolves as well. You can also use it to freeze enemies that are close to being frozen, making it much faster to use your other combos. Finally, the wolf also has the ability to call down the power of the moon to transform into an Arctic werewolf with moon. In this form, you move and attack more quickly and deal extra cold damage. Consuming Rage will extend the duration of your Arctic wolf form, so you could try a hybrid bear and wolf build if you want to utilize the skill to its full effect.
Heftig, Digga. Böse, Digga.
Alright, let's talk about the third form available to the Druid,
bitte.
and I think it's a cool one.
Ja.
The Wyvern.
Ja, Mann.
The Wyvern has a number of long-range breath abilities,
Digga.
but that doesn't mean you can't get into melee range when you want to. The basic attack of the Wyvern is Rend. Jump forward into combat and slash your enemies with your lethal
Digga,
talent.
das werde ich spielen, Digga.
If they're close to being stunned, you can blow them off balance with a blast from your wings, causing an explosion of damage. After the battle though, it's time to feed. Devour the corpses of monsters to create power charges, and this is when the Wyvern's abilities really come online.
Das
When
werde ich
using
spielen,
Rend,
ja.
you can consume a power charge to charge up your wings with lightning. Not only does this do a bunch of damage, but it allows you to turn this melee skill into a much larger AoE attack. Once your wings are charged, your Wing Blast will also do lightning explosions for even more damage. If your enemies are close to death, no need to wait for them to actually die. When you see this blue marker, just devour them alive. Fresh meat is much tastier after all. Alright, so those are some melee options, but how about range? Well, you wouldn't be much of a dragon if you couldn't breathe fire after all. Rolling Magma is the first of the Wyvern's breath attacks. Spit
my God.
balls of fire that bounce along the ground.
Digga. Was ist
These
das,
balls
Digga?
will trigger volcanoes
Lebenstraum,
as well,
Digga.
so it's a good idea to cast one as a human right before you
Ich
start
bin's
spitting.
süchtig, Digga.
But that's not all you can spit. You have something a little nastier in that gullet of yours. Spitting a barrage of oil at your enemies will cover them in a viscous
Oh
sludge
mein
that makes them easier to
Gott!
ignite.
Digga, ist das böse.
If you have power charges though, plant your wings in the ground and vomit a barrage of lightning-infused projectiles.
Digga, geil, Digga.
The more power charges you have, the longer you can do this for.
Ich will gar nicht wissen,
But
wie...
make sure you keep your foes at
Digga.
range. You're vulnerable to melee attacks while channeling this
Das
skill.
ist arg, Digga.
In
Lightning
order to help with
Break,
that,
Digga.
let's take a quick diversion back to some of your human abilities. As a Druid of Scoth, you have the ability to harness the power of nature to create entangling vines to slow down
Auch
your
geil.
enemies. Another of nature's punishments is the thunderstorm. Creating one of these will create periodic strikes of lightning from the sky.
Digga, ich bin
It will also
sprachlos.
make your enemies wet. Why is that useful? Well, of course, things that are wet are easier to shock. Use it with lightning damage from your Wyvern form to enhance your damage. Making things wet also makes them easier to freeze, so it works nicely with your wolf form as well. And you know what else likes water? Plants. Water your plants to give them various extra abilities. Use
Wild,
Lightning Storm
Digga.
with Entangle to
Die
make them last
Pflanzen
longer
mit dem
and
Wasser
attach
zu
more
kommen.
vines to
die
each
sind
enemy,
krank,
slowing them
Digga. Oh
further.
mein Gott, Diablos tot, Digga.
Summon thrashing vines to slam at your enemies for a time.
Das ist
Any
geil.
that are created in water will be larger and deal more damage.
Geisteskrank.
Now then, with our enemies sufficiently subdued with our plants, time to really lay into them with our lightning-infused barrage. Now, this last Wyvern ability is just ridiculous, but we felt like we had to do it. Use Flame Breath to take to the skies and rain down a stream of fire on your enemies.
Ja, Mann.
You have wings, so we have to take full advantage of them after all. So fly around and burn in it.
Digga. Oh mein Gott! Alles vorbei. Digga, einfach auch
Now
wieder
there are a
diese...
few other skills we didn't cover, but there's one in particular that I think will open up a lot of builds. Spell Totems. Spell Totems are meta gems that let you create a totem that will automatically cast any spell in the game for a time. In order to create one, you will need to spend 3 endurance or 3 power charges. You could use them to throw fireballs,
Sehr schön.
summon comets, or shower the area in lightning. Really, the options are kind of endless. Your bear form can easily generate endurance charges by consuming rage, and your wyvern form can easily create power charges by eating corpses. So it's pretty easy for the druid to get the charges needed. But they're also available from quite a few other places as well. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of different spellcaster classes thinking about how best to take advantage of these.
Heftig, Digga.
Now, of course, along with a new class comes a bunch of new support gems.
Geisteskrank.
We've added over 30 new supports throughout the game, but I'll show you a few of the cooler ones here. Fan the Flames can be added to any wind skill to spread classes. The Shaman. The Shaman channels nature's elemental fury and can harness rage as a spellcaster, unifying his animalistic and magical tendencies. By allocating Druidic Champion, you gain spell damage the angrier you are, and with Furious Wellspring, you generate rage continuously and can spend it to empower your spells.
Okay.
With the knowledge of the Asmerian Magi, the Shaman can harness untapped power from runes and idols. After allocating Wisdom of the Magi, you will notice that all runes and idols have extra mods only available to the Shaman.
What the fuck?
These new mods unlock countless new possibilities for enhancing your build.
Wild, Digga.
You can also allocate Bringer of the Apocalypse, allowing you to become a walking natural disaster.
Was macht das?
After dealing enough elemental damage, storms of all elements rain around you, destroying all who would face nature's fury.
What the hell?
There are other abilities for the Shaman, but I'll just show a few from each class for now. The other Druid ascendancy is the Oracle. The Oracle perfected the power of foresight and utilizes this in combat to gain massive advantage. When taking Fateful Vision, you will see visions of your future self using specific skills. If you decide to follow this path by using the skill yourself, it will do significantly more damage. And with Converging Paths, at a critical moment in battle when a monster is vulnerable to freeze, stun, or electrocution, the Oracle can use Moment of Vulnerability to see a vision of the enemy's future, and then merge it with the current timeline, allowing him to deal damage to both.
Huh?
And one of my favorites, when you first become an Oracle, you'll notice over 130 new extra passives appear in the Druid section of the tree.
What?
By allocating the Unseen Path, you use your power of foresight to learn from alternate futures and gain skills that would otherwise be unavailable to you.
Was?
For example, self-sacrificing allows you to be able to summon more minions by reducing the spirit costs, with the trade-off of making your reservation skills cost more spirit. Or Corruption Endures, which allows oracles to have a small chance to avoid death.
What the hell?
Both the Druid ascendancies offer interesting and unique ways to gain modifiers that no other classes can get.
Ja, Mann.
So we're expecting a huge variety of build possibilities from these.
Digga.
Now there are unique talismans for the Druid to use as well. We won't spoil all of them, but this one was particularly cool. Fury of the King turns your bear form into a fire demon,
What?
converting most of your damage to fire.
Was?
As
Was?
a demon, you can also use Molten
Was?
Crash, a jumping
Was?
slam attack that leaves fishes around.
Was?
This unique also
Wollt ihr
continuously
mich-
grants glory,
Digga!
allowing you to use your ultimate abilities more easily. Now, of course, the Druid isn't the only thing we're adding to 040. We still have a bunch more to show. With every new release, we create a new league with new mechanics,
Was
new
ist
pinnacle
das denn
bosses,
gewesen?
and with a new story to tell.
Wollt ihr
And
mich...
this time is no exception.
Palace of Queen Atziri. It is a ruin, but in the dark,
Ich kann nicht mehr.
machines still churn. The temple has many functions, and with it, a chance to save the Vaal. A gateway through time. Travel into the past, again and again. Alter the temple, uncover its secrets.
Digga.
You will be rewarded for your sacrifice. And somewhere in the deepest chamber, my queen awaits. I beg of you, hear me. The beast cannot give you what you desire.
You may have studied it, Doriani, but you do not know it like I do. It adores me. Come now, give unto me your desire. At last, fulfill my soul.
Digga, was geht hier ab, Leute? Was geht hier ab? Alles aus. Ja, verdammte Scheiße, Digga. Ich kann nicht
at
mehr, Digga.
11
Das ist
a.m.
zu
in
krass,
dead time,
Digga.
we'll post the patch notes.
Das ist zu heftig.
With release at the end of next week.
Great.
Digga,
Been a great one to work on
Rudi,
this one. Like I've really
Dizo,
enjoyed it.
kommt in den
yeah,
Discord.
definitely
Was war
great
das,
to see you
verdammte
again. And it feels like
Scheiße?
it's only been like
Was haben wir
no
uns hier
time at all since
angesehen? Was war das? Digga, was geht da ab? Leute. Alter Verwalter. Digga. Was war das denn bitte? Was ging hier ab? Was haben wir hier gerade gemacht? Was haben wir hier gerade gesehen? Was war das? Alter, Leute, ich bin sprachlos. Ich werde jetzt noch ein Video machen. Ich lasse das erstmal so wirken. Wir haben noch viel mehr Sachen gesehen. Digga, bleibt dabei. Wir werden das krasseste Giveaway machen. Ich habe richtig Bock, wir werden richtig durchsuchten. Leute, wer das sieht auf YouTube, teilen. Ich weiß, ich bin ein kleiner Streamer, aber Digga, das ist so krass, Digga. Das ist die Klasse aller Zeiten. Ich bin sprachlos. Nichts kommt am paar vs Exiles ran. Das ist einfach so. Ende im Gelände. So. Ruhe im Karton. Da kann man wirklich nichts mehr zu sagen. Raus hier.